Alright, welcome to Unit 1.3's practice sheets. Remember what I told you, please? Do the odd numbers on the practice sheet, then watch the video. Otherwise, I'm doing all the learning and you're doing none of the learning. And that means you won't be able to pass the mastery check. Use this video to check your work and guide you in the right direction if you got it wrong. Alright, so odd numbers, order of operations. It says evaluate each expression using the order of operations, PEMDAS. Right? I write it like this because multiplication and division you go left to right, addition and subtraction you go left to right. Just a reminder. Alright, so we have positive 17 minus 5 times 4 divided by 2. Multiplication and division left to right. So we have positive 17, negative 5 times 4 is negative 20 divided by 2. I'll make that just a tiny bit smaller. It's probably going to be too small. Alright, and then division next. Negative 20 divided by 2 is negative 10. Bring down our 17. 17 minus 10. This is a positive 17 minus a 10, so I'm looking for the difference. The difference between 10 and 17 is 7. Right? And the 17 is the bigger absolute value, so my answer is going to be positive 7. Positive 35 minus 14 divided by 2 plus 8 squared. Exponents come first. This 8 squared is 8 times 8, which is 64. Alright, so 64 plus 2 divided by negative 14, 35. Alright. Division comes next. Negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. So it's going to be 35 minus 7 plus 64. Addition and subtraction, you go left to right, whichever comes first. 35 minus 7 is 28. 28 and 64 is 8, 12, 6, 7, 8, 9, 92. Alright, let's dig in a little bit. I'm going to go smaller again. We're getting more complicated. I can feel it. Alright, these are brackets. They're kind of like parentheses outside of parentheses. So you need to work what's inside first and then work your way out. Alright, so inside these parentheses here, that's where we're going to start. We're going to start inside the parentheses. Alright? Inside these parentheses is 5 plus 3 squared. Exponents, 3 squared, 3 times 3 is 9. So, let's write it all. 2, bracket, 18, minus, parentheses, 5, plus 9, divided by 7, bracket. You don't want to leave anything off. Now we can add what's inside the parentheses because we got rid of the exponent. So we have 2, bracket, 18, minus 5 plus 4, 5 plus 9 is 14, divided by 7, bracket. You'll notice if you follow the pattern one step at a time, it slowly gets smaller and turns into like an upside down pyramid. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Alright, division inside the bracket. 2, bracket, 18, negative 14 divided by 7 is negative 2, bracket. Inside the bracket, just like parentheses, 18 minus 2 is 16. 2 times 16 is 32. Nice and sweet. One step at a time. Don't get overexcited. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't try to do the math you don't know yet. Start at the exact where you're supposed to and slowly work your way down. Alright, 7. Woo! 2 sets sets of parentheses, one of them is squared. All right, so let's get rid of what's inside the parentheses first. So 1 plus negative 2 minus 5 is negative 7 squared plus 14 minus 17 is negative 3. Now you begin to see why we did unit 0, where I reminded you how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide integers, negative numbers. Now you begin to see why we had to do that. All right? We've narrowed down the information inside the parentheses. Now let's deal with the exponent. Negative 7 squared is negative 7 times negative 7, which is 49. So we have 1 plus 49 plus negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. 1 plus 49, left to right, addition and subtraction. 50 minus 12, that's 38. Because they have different signs, we're looking for the difference. Right? The difference between 12 and 50 is 38. Right? This one's going to be interesting. This is considered a grouping symbol because there are multiple terms on the top or the bottom. So we actually have to be very, very careful with that. Let's see if we can get rid of anything on the top or the bottom before we move any further. Alright, 2 to the 5th power. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. And 16 times 2 is 32. So 2 to the 5th power is 32. So 32 divided by 8 plus 3. And because this is technically considered in parentheses, right? This is a grouping symbol. We can go ahead and add those together even though addition comes last, right? So 4 and 3 is 7. Well, because they're technically inside the invisible parentheses, right? Now we can move on to what's up here. 32 divided by 8 is 4 plus 3 over 7. 4 plus 3 is 7 over 7. Anything over itself is 1. So your answer is 1. I know, that was a really complicated way to get there. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Yep, last one. Again, this is considered a grouping symbol. So we have to do what's on one side and then the other before we can bring it together. Right, so 13 plus 7 squared is 7 times 7, which is 49, divided by 7. On the bottom we have 9 minus 20 divided by 4 minus 16. So we're going to do this first. 9. Negative 20 divided by 4 is negative 5 minus 16. Alright, moving back to the top. We have 13 plus 49 divided by 7. Let's do the division first. So it's going to be 13 plus 7. And on the bottom we have 9 minus 5, which is 4. And then 4 minus 16, which is negative 12. Right? Let's do that. Let's do that where you can see it. I have a feeling you need to see that. 9 minus 5 is 4. And 4 minus 16 is negative 12. Alright? 13 plus 7 is 20 over negative 12. Technically, it's considered division at this point because it's just a fraction bar. So we know a positive divided by a negative. If there's only one negative sign, your answer has to be negative. So go ahead and put a negative sign. Now you just need to simplify the fraction. Both of these can be divided by 4. The greatest common factor is 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And I am completely okay with you leaving it as an improper fraction. But if you really, really need to change it back to a mixed number, right, it's still going to be negative. 3 goes into 5. once with 2 left over. I will also accept that answer, even though I'm completely okay with you stopping here. Alright, again, take the time to make sure you work them correctly, figure out any mistakes you made. If you want to work some of the even ones, great, do it. You don't have to. Do the quizzes quick check, get ready, make sure you're ready for the mastery check, and then move on to the next one.